North Alabama. That's a very good ball club. It's a very good team. Coach Pujols is a heck of a coach. I mean, ton of respect for them. We are not a very good team right now. As of tonight, we're not a good team. We didn't play well tonight, and we will make some adjustments. We will fix it, and there will be some adjustments in terms of several different things. But credit to North Alabama for really coming in here and playing well. We're going to fix some things, and there will be some adjustments within our program and our roster and our team. Not roster, don't misquote me on that. Within our team, playing, lineup, etc. There will be some adjustments.
Coach, you guys just seemed, kind of disjointed, I guess, in the first half, just both defensively and on offense. I mean, can you put your finger on just how that game started?
I would say this. It's hard when you're not making shots. That's one thing. It's very hard to continue to beat the drum of your defense, guarding, getting stops. And we weren't making shots, three-point shots. We were struggling there. And then it gets compounded because we come off that second half at South Carolina. We guarded so well in the first half, and they really torched us in the second half from behind the arc. I mean, they shot the ball well. They made 8 threes. And then North Alabama comes in tonight, and they start making threes in the first half. And that can shake you a little bit. And so all of a sudden, our defense starts to tighten up and spread. And now, as good as anyone on the court tonight, Jakari Lane getting in the paint and doing what he does, he starts to create, because our defense is starting to feel what we felt in the second half versus South Carolina, and we start hugging up on a perimeter, and now the court is wide open for an explosive guard. So those two things start happening. We start pressing on the other end on offense. We got off to a great start on offense, scored, threw the ball inside, scored. But all of a sudden, those two things, and that's what makes this game so great at times and so challenging at times, that momentum is so big. And that momentum swung quickly in the first half with the three-point ball. Our lack of being able to shoot it, they were shooting it. And then what we didn't do, what I'm most disappointed about, is our inability to offensive rebound tonight. It's been something we've been really good at most of this season. And when you don't offensive rebound like that, I'm going to fix that.
I mean, you guys entered as like a top 50 or 40-something offensive rebounding team. Is that an effort thing, or is it just kind of getting there and doing it?
I mean, and I don't want to say something that I'm going to regret saying right now. So what I know is the film will tell me. But I know if you shoot the ball as poorly as we shot it, and we only end up getting 7 offensive rebounds, something's not right. And we're going to fix that.
Obviously, the ball's just not kind of falling in for RJ the way it was at the start of the year. I mean, what are you kind of seeing from his game right now?
You know what? I think it's always an evolving role when you are in the position that RJ's in. And I said this multiple times last year with some of the guys we had on the team, including RJ. But RJ's playing this game right now with a gigantic target on his back. And that's okay. That's a compliment. That's a good thing. But learning how to play the game in terms of with that and understanding how to play through those things, unfortunately, sometimes it's not a 1-2 game thing just to figure it out. He will figure it out, I have no doubt, because he's that great of a person and he works. But it is going to take some mental adjustment and some understanding and looking at, hey, I got to do things maybe a little bit differently, understanding what the defense is doing coming into every game. And you know what? That's part of the process of growth. RJ hasn't been someone his whole career that has been game planned for every night. It started to evolve towards that through his development here and his hard work. And now he's going to have to continue to put his head down and work at some other things so that he can flourish in that role as well.
CJ has been pretty consistent this year. I think he scored like 6 points in the first 2 minutes. I mean, is that something other players can kind of look to as just an example of that consistency maybe?
I mean, he's been really consistent on offense. I think one of the areas that we're really struggling is our interior defense is really struggling. That's what Sear came in. I thought Sear did a good job, but that is an area we are struggling. Like I'll give you an example. We're a team that, from a defensive rebounding standpoint, we've been really good rebounding three-point shots, long rebounds, stepping out, blocking out, which we work on. The offensive rebounds that we have given a lot up has been off 2-point misses and paint shots, which tells you a lot of it is sheer size, muscle, physicality in the paint. And, I would say that's kind of the same as post defense and things like that. When you got to guard and rebound 12, 13 feet and in, it's an area right now that we are not very strong. And, it's up to me to fix that, and I will.
Coach, Sear was very big in the zone late in the second half. Can you just kind of touch on that and switching to zone defense there?
Yeah, because we were having such a hard time containing their bounce. They weren't just getting threes swinging the ball. They were getting threes because they were breaking us down off the dribble. And so we went to a zone. We went to a little bit of a bigger lineup to try and just stymie some of their ball movement. And it worked for a little bit, and it's like anything. Anytime a good team and a good set of guards can get a feel, and they ended up hitting a three in the corner. The ball went in the high post. We're not supposed to hug down into the high post. Their kid made a great play, kicked it out to the corner to Ortiz, and Ortiz banged the three. And when that ball goes to the high post, really it's supposed to be more of a match to take away the three-point line. And if they hit a mid-range two or they play against Sear in there, we got to live with that. So that play broke down, and that was a big three, because I think the lead had been cut to 6 or 7 at that point.
When it comes to the three-point shooting, obviously I know there are a couple makes there late, but what do you kind of attribute some of the struggles back there to?
Man, that's a great question. If you know the answer, let me know. And shooting is a delicate thing. And you know what? I tell you what, our guys shoot. They work on their own. This is not for lack of working. It's not for lack of having guys that are capable of making shots. It really isn't. I've seen this with great players, great teams. Are we in a shooting slump? Yeah, absolutely. I think some of the best baseball hitters go through shooting slump or hitting slumps. What do? They get back in the batting cage and they hit and they hit and they hit. And whatever it may be, and shooting is just like that. And, we had been making free throws great for a number of games. We had actually got our free throw percentage to where it was really moving up. And then tonight we go 12 and 19. So as far as why some of those shots, some of those are great looks. Now, 100%, some of those misses come when guys are trying to force and trying to take shots and say, I got to get going. And again, I will correct that.
Anything else?
You have 2 games left here in the non-conference before you get into AAC play. As you kind of look at things holistically, what do you want to see in these next 2 games?
And you know what? I'll be honest with you. It's just a hard even thing for me at this moment just to sit here and think about what we got 5 days from now. I'm so pissed off and disappointed right now on how we played tonight and what we did. That's really where my mindset is. But I can tell you this, we're going to fix it. That's what I do know.